Slime Rancher is a fascinating adventure set in the far, far range, where Beatrix LeBeau, a teenage rancher, sets out on a voyage to an exotic country full of slimes. The game includes a range of difficulties, such as growing crops and raising chickadoos to keep slimes nourished. The Secret Style Pack DLC adds more slime customizing possibilities. Beatrix must also complete daily requests from her other ranchers, which give additional prizes and strengthen community bonds. As she maintains her ranch, she saves money to upgrade her backpack, build more corrals, and grow her business. Guacamelee 2 is a vibrant, action-packed sequel that bursts with color, humor, and energy. The combat feels snappy, the platforming is satisfying, and the world design keeps things fresh at every turn. Its unique art style and playful tone give the game a strong identity, while the Metroidvania progression encourages exploration in fun, creative ways. From its catchy soundtrack to its clever references, everything feels thoughtfully crafted. A wildly fun adventure that's hard to put down. Crypt of the NecroDancer is a rhythm-based dungeon crawling game that challenges players to survive its perilous depths, to explore dynamically created dungeons and meet dancing skeletons, zombies, and dragons. Players must match their moves with the rhythm. Danny Baranowski wrote the game's engaging music, which has earned multiple acclaim. A local co-op option is offered for those looking for a cooperative experience, allowing players to team up with friends to face challenges together. The captivating attraction of the game is a must-try for gamers. Speed and serenity collide on the slopes of lonely mountains downhill. Players guide a mountain biker down increasingly treacherous trails, balancing momentum against the real risk of tumbling off narrow paths. Each descent demands patience and precision, punishing recklessness while rewarding those who learn every curve. Hidden routes and time-based challenges give veteran riders genuine reasons to revisit familiar terrain. The minimalist low-poly art style and ambient natural soundtrack create a meditative quality rarely found in racing games, quietly addictive and deeply satisfying. The Pathless is a breathtaking adventure that draws players into a vast, open world filled with mysteries and challenges. Traversing forests, mountains, and ruins feels exhilarating, with movement and archery mechanics that are both intuitive and rewarding. The bond with the Eagle Companion adds depth and emotion, making exploration feel meaningful. Puzzles and environmental obstacles encourage clever thinking, while the sweeping soundtrack enhances every moment. It's a journey that feels alive, immersive, and truly memorable. Sparklite glows with a colorful world and a catchy soundtrack that sticks. The roguelike structure keeps things fresh, encouraging exploration with every run. Combat feels snappy and responsive, while the upgrade system adds satisfying progression. Characters and dialogue carry a light, adventurous tone that fits the whimsical setting. The pixel art style complements the upbeat vibe without overwhelming the screen. It's a game that manages to feel relaxed yet engaging, making each session feel worthwhile without dragging things out.
Mission will stop at nothing to get it for him. We depend on aid.
I know this sounds weird, but the day's repeating itself.
12 Minutes is a gripping, time loop thriller that hooks you from the start with its intense narrative and clever puzzle design. The voice acting from James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe adds cinematic depth to the experience. Every loop brings a new layer of discovery, making each decision feel impactful. Its minimalist top-down view keeps the focus on the unfolding mystery, creating a claustrophobic tension that's hard to shake. It's a thought-provoking and emotional ride that rewards patience and curiosity in equal measure.
Things like this just don't get forgiven.
Spirit of the North is a visually gorgeous game that immerses players in the rocky landscapes of Iceland. enabling them to interpret the reality based on their own observations. The protagonist in the game is a red fox that explores the planet and discovers secrets through the northern lights and the aftermath of a catastrophic tragedy. The game is designed to be contemplative, inviting players to consider the power of nature, the fragility of life, and the resilience of the natural world. It acts as a reminder of how important it is to preserve and safeguard it. Donut County is a short and clever puzzle game where you control an ever-growing whole that swallows everything in sight. With its pastel visuals, playful writing, and relaxing pace, it's easy to sink into the world and smile through each level. The mechanics are simple yet satisfying, and the humor lands without trying too hard. Each scene feels thoughtfully made, with just enough challenge to stay engaging. It's the kind of game that leaves a light mood long after the last object disappears underground. Morbid, the 7 Acolytes surrounds every moment with dread and atmosphere, pushing players through twisted towns and grotesque monsters with weighty combat and punishing encounters. Its stamina-based action rewards patience and planning, while the world design encourages careful exploration. The eerie soundtrack and grotesque enemy designs make each encounter feel tense and personal. With deep lore tucked into notes and visuals, there's always something unsettling around the next corner. A grim, rewarding journey for those craving dark action.
It was just 2 days after Grandpa's death.
Wavetale is a charming and visually stunning adventure that feels like a gentle breeze on a summer day. The fluid movement across water is incredibly satisfying, and the story, while simple, carries a surprising emotional depth. The hand-drawn art style and atmospheric soundtrack blend beautifully, creating a relaxing yet engaging experience. Combat is light but enjoyable, allowing exploration and storytelling to shine. It's a short game, but every moment feels purposeful and well-crafted. Wavetale is a delightful gem well worth experiencing. Jack Move is an exciting cyberpunk RPG with deep strategic combat and an engaging story. The turn-based battles require careful planning, rewarding players who enjoy tactical challenges. Its neon-soaked world is immersive, filled with intriguing characters and mysteries to uncover. The soundtrack sets a perfect mood, enhancing the futuristic vibe. Exploration feels meaningful, with plenty of secrets and upgrades to find. This game provides a fresh take on RPG mechanics and narrative depth that keeps players hooked throughout. Timelie is a beautifully crafted puzzle game that turns time manipulation into an art form. Guiding a girl and her cat through a silent, surreal world feels both tense and poetic. The ability to scrub time forward and back like a video timeline adds a unique twist to problem solving. This mechanic makes every puzzle feel rewarding. Its minimalist visuals and haunting soundtrack create a calm, mysterious atmosphere that pulls everything together. There's a quiet brilliance here, subtle, clever, and emotionally resonant in ways few puzzle games manage.
You are the ultimate warrior of your kin.
Aragami 2 sets a stealthy tone with its shadow-based gameplay and smooth movement mechanics. The art style has a unique atmosphere that matches the silent tension of each mission. Co-op mode makes sneaking around with a friend satisfying and strategic. Enemies react smartly, and powers give just enough edge without feeling overpowered. The level design encourages creative approaches without feeling forced. What makes this game worth playing is how it stays focused on quiet tension and choice, without rushing or overwhelming. Tunche is a hand-drawn beat-em-up with roguelike elements, set in a vibrant Amazon jungle. The combat feels responsive, with each character offering a different style and pace. Animations are expressive, and the cooperative mode adds fun and variety. Music pairs well with the energetic tone, and the visual detail stays consistent across stages. Story scenes add personality without dragging down the pace. For those who enjoy action with a touch of the mystical, this is a solid, enjoyable journey worth taking.
To be the owner of your very own fruit.
Running a food bus through sun-drenched landscapes turns out to be genuinely therapeutic. Fruitbus places players behind the wheel of a traveling kitchen, stopping at scenic locations to gather ingredients and serve hungry customers. The cooking and foraging loop stays satisfying because each destination introduces new produce and requests that shift expectations gently. Bus customization and recipe discovery add personal investment beyond completing each stop. Vibrant hand-painted visuals and a warm acoustic soundtrack make every location feel distinctly alive.
Well, if that isn't freedom, then I don't know.
Fall of Porcupine is a gripping narrative adventure set in the picturesque village of Porcupine, where Finley, a new doctor at St. Ursula's Hospital, realizes that looks may be misleading. The game has a gorgeous and diverse setting with several hidden jewels to discover. Players will meet a diverse cast of characters, including Finley's head doctor, a kind nurse, and pals. They will also demonstrate their abilities and compassion in mini-games that require logic, speed, and dexterity. The game also highlights social inequalities and structural faults in the failing healthcare system. The TakeOver is a side-scrolling beat-em-up game influenced by classics from the 1990s such as Streets of Rage and Final Fight. Players can combat in 3 ways: arcade survival and challenge, either alone or in local co-op. The game has a new combo system that allows players to combine punches and kicks to instantly knock down, stun, or hurl foes into the air. Weapons include crowbars, swords, and machine guns, and each character has a distinctive sidearm. The game has 3 difficulty settings: easy, normal, and hard, with hard starting at stage 1 and having quicker and more dangerous adversaries. Gone Home delivers a deeply immersive narrative experience that captivates from start to finish. The game presents a beautifully crafted environment filled with subtle details that encourage exploration and discovery. Its storytelling unfolds naturally, drawing players into an emotional journey through the eyes of its characters. The atmospheric sound design and thoughtful writing combine to create a compelling mood that stays long after playing. This title provides a unique blend of mystery and heartfelt moments, making it a must-try for fans of story-driven adventures.
To tell my sister everything. And if I can't do it in person, because she's off gallivanting.
Reveal your romance.
Solo Islands of the Heart is a gentle, thoughtful game that reflects on love and relationships through a peaceful journey across vibrant archipelagos. Its quiet puzzles and soft visuals encourage reflection rather than rush, while a mellow soundtrack keeps the mood tender. Dialogue choices feel meaningful, inviting self-discovery without pressure. It's a calm space to slow down and think, wrapped in a relaxed atmosphere that invites introspection with each step. A soft-spoken adventure with genuine warmth throughout.
In which way does love wrap your existence?
2, 1, bring it on!
Rift of the NecroDancer expands on its predecessor's rhythmic gameplay in fascinating new ways. This time, it combines rhythm-based lane fights, entertaining mini-games, and a touching plot. The soundtrack is as infectious as ever, making each combat seem thrilling. The range of mechanisms keeps things interesting, ranging from basic rhythm problems to inventive boss fights. The hand-drawn art style adds charm, and the advancement is satisfying. It's an excellent balance of challenge and groove, ideal for rhythm game enthusiasts searching for something new and entertaining. Time on Frog Island is a charming and relaxing game that makes you want to slow down and explore. The world feels alive with simple yet thoughtful interactions, and each new discovery brings a small sense of joy. Managing your island and helping its inhabitants is satisfying without ever feeling overwhelming. The visuals are warm and inviting, and the music complements the laid-back pace perfectly. It's the kind of game that encourages curiosity and creativity, making every visit to the island feel personal and rewarding.
On today's date.
FORECLOSED is a stylish cyberpunk thriller that blends comic book visuals with slick, narrative-driven gameplay. The seamless transition between cutscenes and action makes you feel like you're living inside a graphic novel. Hacking abilities and customizable weapons add variety, and while the shooting mechanics are simple, they're satisfying and fast-paced. The atmosphere is rich with neon noir vibes, and the story keeps you engaged throughout its short but punchy runtime. If you enjoy dystopian sci-fi with a unique presentation, this one's a surprisingly fun ride worth taking. Within a tower, a strange necromancer performs a ritual. A white feline is in the tower, leading an enigmatic army. Players combine numerous bodily parts to establish a strong army, increasing their chances of survival. They engage in epic fights with competing necromancers, employing strategic abilities to outsmart their opponents. As they develop, they get access to additional spells, skills, and upgrades, ultimately becoming the realm's most powerful necromancer. They roam the realm, unearthing ancient items to bolster their forces.
Destiny was to be a light guide.
Tiku, a candle character, is charged with save his tribe's shaman from a mystery cave. The environments in the game are beautifully crafted and loaded with hidden mysteries and hints. Players solve puzzles and interact with the world by using their candle hand. Teku must use their brains and quick reactions to evade a variety of threats and deadly monsters. Players are kept on edge by the game's powerful atmosphere and dramatic moments. The hand-painted watercolor pictures provide a compelling experience, making every moment feel like an incredible trip.
Sorrow. I pass this duty on to you.
The Lightbringer is a poetry adventure platformer game set in a world riddled by evil depravity. The protagonist, led by their sister's ghost, must cleanse the taint and become the Lightbringer. The corruption is aimed at ancient monoliths, which serve as sources of power and illumination throughout the region. The protagonist has the power to extract pure light energy from the environment, which is an essential resource for purifying the monoliths. The game combines exploration, platforming, and battle, with each level acting as its own planet.
Lightbringer.
Hayfever is a 2D platformer in which players take the character of Thomas, a postman with terrible allergies. The player must utilize his allergies to traverse a perilous world, turning his limitations into strength. Each allergy has a particular effect on Thomas, resulting in major alterations in his interactions with the environment. Pollen creates a forceful sneeze, and pollution causes him to swell. Peanuts pose a unique problem. The game has 4 different worlds, 140 stages, and 240 letters to gather, with an extra difficulty level unlocked with enough letters. X-Morph Defense fuses tower defense with twin-stick shooting in a way that feels fresh and engaging. The ability to shape the battlefield by placing towers and tearing down buildings adds a clever tactical layer. Enemy waves are intense, requiring constant attention and smart planning. The alien tech visuals look sharp, and the destruction effects are satisfying. Sound design adds weight to every explosion. A smart mix of strategy and action that rewards both planning and reflexes, making each level feel like a puzzle worth solving. Kave Adventure is a 2.5D platformer set in a universe where science fiction and the Stone Age mix. The game features Kave, a disgraced former chief who discovers a powerful jetpack that allows him to repel an extraterrestrial invasion. Kave's goal is to rescue the island and prove himself to his clan. The game consists of 36 levels loaded with peril and hidden mysteries, as well as 30 distinct sorts of monsters to fight. Players may demonstrate their abilities in fast-paced flight sequences and spectacular monster encounters. Competitive chaos gets a colorful makeover in this fast-paced arena game. Ponpu pits players against each other in egg-launching battles demanding quick spatial awareness and tactical positioning. The gameplay loop stays accessible while quietly rewarding those who learn each arena's rhythm. Multiplayer matches escalate naturally, creating genuine tension without feeling overwhelming. Unlockable characters and varied stage layouts extend replay value well beyond initial sessions. The bold art style and punchy soundtrack keep energy levels consistently high.